Every now and then, a recommendation for a new show pops up that's so compelling, you just have to pay attention. Well, today, we're doing a completely spoiler-free breakdown of one of those shows. It's called Pluribus, and it's based on an early review that's got a lot of people talking.
And the source for our breakdown today, a review from Adam Does Movies, keeps his super simple right from the start. This isn't some deep, complex analysis or a paid ad. Nope. It's just a really strong recommendation from someone who saw something they loved. So let's dive into what's got him so excited.
Okay, so right off the bat, here's probably the single biggest reason to sit up and take notice. Vince Gilligan. Yeah, that Vince Gilligan, the genius behind Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, is back with something new. If you're a fan of his work, this should already be on your radar.
But here's the twist. Gilligan isn't going back to his old stomping grounds. We're not in the sun-baked criminal underworld of Albuquerque anymore. He's taking a huge leap into completely new territory. And honestly, that's where this gets really interesting.
For years, we've known Vince Gilligan as the absolute master of the gritty crime drama. He builds these incredible worlds full of tension and really tough moral gray areas. So to see him pivot completely and jump headfirst into science fiction, that's a massive and very exciting creative swing.
And that's why the hype is so real. It's not just another show. It's a master storyteller stepping way out of his comfort zone and into a whole new sandbox. The potential for what a mind like his could do with sci-fi ideas is exactly what has early viewers so pumped up.
So, what is this new sci-fi world all about? Well, it takes a classic concept, think Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but then it flips it with a truly unique and unexpected twist. Trust me, this is not your typical alien apocalypse.
This is the show's big, genre-bending question. What if an alien takeover didn't bring horror and destruction, but instead it brought universal pleasantness? It's a premise that just completely subverts everything you'd expect.
So get this. The entire population of Earth instantly dies, and then they're immediately brought back to life. But they're different. They're all part of a single hive mind that is, for all intents and purposes, nice. They're cooperative. They're pleasant. It's this strange, almost unsettling utopia.
But of course, a story like this needs a hero who stands apart from the crowd. And in this case, our protagonist is maybe the absolute last person you would ever expect or even want to be humanity's last hope.
Fans of Better Call Saul, you're gonna love this. It's Rhea Seehorn in the lead role. She plays Carol, an author of what the review calls adult fantasy novels. But the catch is, she has complete and total contempt for her own books and the people who read them. She's a sharp, bitter, and pretty antisocial person. She is, for all intents and purposes, the Han Solo of this story, the cynical outsider. For some reason we don't know yet, she's the only person on Earth who wasn't transformed into one of these pleasant pod people. She's still just her bitter, sarcastic self.
And this sets up the brilliant, dramatic irony at the very heart of the show. The one woman who genuinely seems to dislike people is now the only person left who can save them. Her disdain for humanity is in a direct collision course with her new role as its only hope. Now, beyond the fascinating premise and characters, the reviewer makes one thing absolutely crystal clear. This show looks and feels incredible. This isn't just another show you stream, it's been crafted with the care and quality of a big screen movie. The visual effects are a huge highlight. Apparently, the show uses a mix of practical, in-camera effects and computer-generated stuff, but it's done so seamlessly that you can't tell where one ends and the other begins. The review calls it the true magic of cinema. When you're so immersed, you just stop questioning what's real.
And it's not just the effects. The entire production just feels big, with a grandness and scale you'd expect in a theater. Gilligan's direction is praised for making even the most boring scenes, like a guy just dropping off donuts, feel tense and interesting. And it's all wrapped up in this unworldly musical score that's constantly building the atmosphere.
So, we've got the legendary creator, the unique premise, the complex hero, and the stunning production. What's the final word from this early review? Well, it's remarkably simple and direct.
The verdict is straight to the point. The first 2 episodes are excellent. It's a strong, confident assessment that tells you the show is firing on all cylinders right from the very beginning.
So let's just recap the big reasons to check this out. You've got a master storyteller exploring a brand new genre. You have a sci-fi concept that feels genuinely fresh. You've got a compelling, cynical lead character. And it's all wrapped up in a production that looks and feels like a movie. That's a pretty powerful combo.
So, where can you actually watch it? Pluribus is streaming exclusively on Apple TV+. The reviewer does note that this might limit its audience, so if you're intrigued by all this, that's where you'll need to go.
And that's really the question we'll leave you with. The show presents us with this fascinating paradox at its core. To find out what happens when humanity's only hope is someone who hates humanity, well, it seems you'll just have to watch for yourself.